and welcome to Mr. Husband, the podcast where we talk about a host of manly issues from a husband's perspective. My name is Gabe.
And this is Will. And Gabe, we got some fun stuff to talk about today. We're talking about baby stuff.
Yeah.
It's been a little while since we covered some baby-specific topics, but today we're going to get into, I guess, just some of the stuff that, as you guys are planning to have a kid, some of the stuff that we need to start thinking about to make sure you guys have it at the home here.
The estimated arrival date of our baby is October 30th. So it dawned on me, whoa, we don't have a single object. We should start acquiring some things.
Whoa, it just hit me. This is like T-minus 2 months.
I like how that was your reaction. Yeah, think of you or me.
Yeah. So we want to talk about, obviously not a super extensive or comprehensive list, but just some things that, as obviously you and Vera are starting to prepare for the baby, like some of the things that you guys need to start thinking about in terms of collecting or having available when the baby arrives here.
Yeah, we should do the standard disclaimer that, don't sue us if something that you buy is horrible or
explodes on you.
Explodes on your baby. We're just two guys trying to figure this out.
Yeah, we're total novices.
And it's dawned on me, like, we wrote down all of these things, and it's like, I feel like with every year, there's more and more products to get. Right? It's like, did our parents have this many objects to raise a child? Probably not. And in some jungle somewhere, someone's raising their child with like a giant leaf and like some water, So I take this all with a grain of salt.
Yeah. I feel like as first world citizens, we're pretty spoiled when it comes to taking care of our babies.
Yes.
And like the level's just been rising and rising every time. You get these new contraptions, new things that like, if you just look at it, you're like, what does this thing do? Yet it seems like everyone is getting it out there. So
yeah, I think like for Vera and I, we're trying to remember that like there's no magic object that's going to make parenting easy, but also that, by spending a lot of money on stuff it's just not going to make us necessarily happy, or could be, even if you have the slightly better object or whatever, is it just going to bring me anxiety because then I got to shop for it and then I got to one day get rid of it. So yeah, but speaking of all that, guess we'll just dive in.
Yeah, and we should mention like a lot of the stuff that we're going to talk about today. We did solicit sort of input, feedback from some of our friends and family that have actually gone through the process of having a baby, so they can kind of speak to like what's worked for them.
And if this is your first podcast listening to us, we should clarify that Will and I are not married to each other. We are married to
this is our baby.
To two women. Neither of us has a child, but I have one on the way.
Woo!
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into the first one.
So the first one's pretty obvious, which is like a stroller.
Yes.
So apparently you take your baby outside of your house on hard surfaces and you've got to move this baby around and like you could hold it, but it's a little easier to get a stroller.
Yeah. I've always I have this sort of probably misplaced fantasy or notion, and maybe this says a little too much about me, but I'm like, I don't think we need a stroller. If I had a baby, I'm like, I'm just going to carry this baby around everywhere I go, right? Just sling it along around my arms and shoulder, and we're good to go.
Would you even have a fabric device?
No.
Just with your bare arms.
Yeah. It's like baby under the arms here, and we're good to go.
That is so naive. But, it's not like an object. It's not a static object. This thing's moving around. It wants to escape you.
Fair enough.
So I'm going to say you need a stroller, but like... Okay, so quickly on the stroller front, there's a whole like philosophy. It's like part of me thinks that out of all of the things, I want a high quality stroller.
Yeah,
there's a lot of moving parts. I feel like there's a lot that can kind of like get janky over time. So I want to have like a high end stroller. So you look up how much these strollers cost, man. The high end ones, they're like $1,000. They're like $800 to $1,000 for a stroller. So then I rethink myself. I don't know. I don't really know what the answer is there. And then people are like, don't just get one stroller. You want your like good quality stroller, but then you want your umbrella stroller. So like, you're going to a restaurant, you're traveling, you can just throw it in your friend's car. It's easy.
Why do they call it an umbrella stroller?
Because it looks like it's like the size of an umbrella.
Oh, I see.
Kind of thing.
But I think portable.
I think that's for slightly larger kids.
Damn, $1,000 for a stroller. What about?
It's a really nice stroller, Will.
Do you think?
And it might appreciate in value. Maybe I can resell it for $2,000.
Well, I mean, speaking of reselling, do you think you guys would consider like a really nice stroller, but perhaps has been used?
Yeah, I would consider it.
Maybe there should be like a a pre-certified, like used certified market for strollers.
Like instead of a certified Mercedes-Benz, it's a certified or whatever. Yeah, there's ones out there that are like the Vitamix of strollers, which is a fascinating analogy. But anyways,
$1,000.
So, but Will, I mean, this kid is going to stroll a lot. Maybe if I get the expensive stroller, then I'll get out of the house more and lose more weight and all that stuff.
Maybe it's worth $1,000 then.
Yeah,
I do feel like if you get $1,000 stroller, you're more inclined to like get out as much as possible to walk this baby.
And then like when you go to the coffee shop and you're holding the baby, then you got to lock your stroller up, I suppose, because there's like stroller thieves. There's a lot to consider.
I'll have to buy you guys a U-lock for your stroller.
That sounds like a lovely gift. Okay, so that was strollers. Boom, efficiently done. But okay, another big one is diapers. This is obvious, I suppose, but it's not so obvious in terms of what to do. So apparently, babies are, when they come out of the vajayjay, they're not like instantly ready to like be toilet trained.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's been no baby on record that flushes a toilet and is like, "Daddy, I gotta go to the bathroom."
It takes a little bit of time,
right? So in the meantime, you gotta like corral their stuff,
right,
and then dispose of it.
Make a nice little compartment.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like so, then it seems like in today's modern vegan world or whatever, we got like two choices. You got the disposables or the like reusables
made out of hemp seed.
They're like, so anyway, so, and I got to be honest with you, the thought of disposable, it seems just it's a lot easier.
Yeah, it's just so much more convenient.
Right? But then I imagine the landfills with diapers and such.
Yeah. Now,
they're expensive.
Right. Now, obviously, we're not experts in the field of diapers. Are diapers biodegradable? You'd imagine they have to be, right, at this point?
Probably, but their ecological footprint it's got to be greater than using reusable ones. Maybe not. Maybe there's an interesting expose, but you can pass these down. So for instance, in the mail, Vera and I have received like 30 reusable diapers from Vera's nephew, basically.
Awesome.
So thank you, Mara, his mother, for giving us those. But so now I feel like we're obliged to use these things.
The reusable ones.
So each time you got to spray the poo off the diaper. Then you put them in the washing machine.
Yeah,
that's my job.
So I can see where that's a little bit of a hang up because it requires a lot more manual labor, right?
But they're surprisingly cute.
Are they like patterned?
Yeah, on the outside they got little designs and stuff.
I kind of want to see this after the podcast.
I should have brought one in, but just imagine frogs and boats and monkeys. There's like very common child motifs that I think we see a lot.
Well, maybe you guys can do a blend since you already have some of these reusable ones. Can like intermix that with actual diapers.
But when you travel, when I leave my zip code,
diapers all the way.
Diapers all the way.
Yeah. So speaking of diapers, one other thing that one of my friends kind of mentioned has been very helpful is this thing called the Diaper Genie. And it's basically like a fancy trash can for diapers where it's very sanitary, very ergonomically designed. Like you don't actually have to use your hands to open the lid.
This sounds expensive.
I think I looked online here. I have it pulled up here. It is roughly on Amazon. You can get it for like $74. In the realm of baby diaper trash cans, I don't know how expensive that is, but
because if you just put them in the normal trash can, then it stinks up the house.
Right, and that's the idea. It's like has this like secure lid, has like a 2-chamber system.
Wow.
You open the lid, the diaper goes into the first chamber, the lid closes, and once the lid closes, the diaper falls into the second chamber and it collects.
Okay, I have a wild idea. Why don't they just make a normal garbage can
for diapers?
Yeah, they're in the same way.
Because
why don't you use a diaper genie? No, but why don't you use a diaper genie as your normal garbage?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think maybe the capacity could be an issue. I don't know how much this thing can hold.
We should contact these diaper genie people because they might have a whole business on their hands, like for the normal childless families with, I'm putting
like rotting bananas.
Yeah, I'm putting chicken carcasses in there. I don't want the odors going.
And from what I understand, has like in that second chamber has like this antibacterial solution. So again, it kind of keeps everything clean, sanitary.
But is that like a refill thing? Like, is it like the printer cartridge thing where you buy the printer and the printer seems cheap, but then the cartridges are a lot of money, and you got to use the licensed cartridges?
You definitely have to buy more of the actual refill packs. The refill packs, they're like roughly $20.
Now I see. Now I see how this works.
Yeah. That's a lot of refills, I guess.
Well, I'm going to be spraying my reusable diapers and then
save yourself a lot of money.
Yeah, so much money. I can't wait for my future. This is so much fun.
One other thing on a diaper note actually is, I guess also on Amazon, if you're a Prime member, there's actually this program where you can save money on diapers, like 20% off for a subscription.
Well, the way that you save money is by not spending money. So, yeah, you can save money. Sure, that's a good idea, subscription diapers. But what about, I bet Costco diapers. That's probably where it's at, Will.
Probably. We should do a comparison of how much Amazon diapers cost or diapers on Amazon cost versus the Costco variety. But there you go. Diapers. Baby needs them.
Boom.
Whether it's reusable or disposable. Well, let's talk about... All right. So now we're going to get into a little bit of like where the baby's going to be sleeping. I know you have some thoughts.
In my arms.
In your arms.
Well, I think like, okay, so this is like a whole topic, man, and it like starts to frame who you are as a parent. Like, how does your kid sleep with you? Like, how does your kid sleep? Because like Vera grew up and she was like, I think from like the day she was born, she was like sleeping in her parents' bed up until she like graduated undergrad or something like that. That's a joke.
That's a long time.
But it's like very common in Filipino families for like the family unit to like sleep in the same bed. And
which is interesting. Sorry. Which is interesting because you guys at times sleep separately.
As a married couple, we don't even always sleep in the same bed.
I would think if that's how she grew up, there'd be part of her sort of, Vera DNA, and she would want to sleep with you each night.
Clearly, I am an act of rebellion on Vera's part. But yeah, so I think like we're very intrigued with the idea of this child of co-sleeping. This is the term. This child, between you. But then I'm very worried about many things. One, sleep, of course. Two, killing the baby through like, by going over. Oh yeah, it's a little scary. So maybe I'll be sleeping in another bed. I don't know. That probably won't fly. But there are devices like, so for instance, there's this thing called the DockATot, which we are very intrigued with, which is basically like, imagine like a flat pillow with like raised sides to like corral the baby, to keep the baby,
give it a little barrier,
a little
between
barrier,
you and her mommy and daddy.
So I think we're gonna kind of do that for most of the sleeping, and then use some sort of like bassinet. What's it called? The like
crib?
Not a crib, but the pack and play kind of thing. So I think we're gonna try to go without a crib.
Ooh,
that's a big bold statement.
Very, very progressive.
But we're just like a crib. We're gonna have to buy it, and then we're gonna have to get rid of it. A pack and play or some sort of version of that.
Well, is it? I'm not familiar. Pack and play is it kind of like a crib type?
It's a transportable crib that people tend to use more for like travel or whatever.
Okay,
but these things, maybe not specifically the pack and play, but like you bet, like if you spend like $200, you get like a pretty nice crib.
Sure.
So you don't need another like physical, beautiful crib.
Right. Mahogany wood.
Yeah.
Crib. Yeah. None of that. That's very old school.
That would be nice though.
I'm actually curious. After a baby is born, is it more normal for the parents to sleep with the baby, like in the same bed? Is that sort of the norm, or is there a 50-50 split?
I like that you're asking me like I'm some sort of expert. Like this is a total broken telephone scenario. But from what I understand, especially our female listeners will be like, well, I don't sleep because I'm up all the time.
Sure.
But then they're like, keep the baby just close to the breast because like you're going to be feeding constantly.
That makes sense.
They end up just kind of like, some people like modify a crib and they'll put the crib like at the bed level, like open
so
to the
reach
bed.
Over.
Yeah, so you just reach over, boom.
Easy access for
boom,
the baby.
In your mouth and then the baby sucking. So I guess this is our future. But yeah, I don't know. So that we're thinking of getting a DockATot.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes.
Excellent.
Vera and I spent like a Friday night watching YouTube reviews of products, by the way, for like 3 hours on our TV.
Is there like a de facto channel that's like worth subscribing to?
No, we just YouTubed it and then Chromecasted it to the TV. So yeah, it's just like we typed in the product, then we did like this product versus that product.
Nice.
And the truth is like most of the time it's like they're both good. You're spending a lot of money. It's a good product, but one is like marginally better.
I have to imagine there must be like a whole industry, not a whole industry, but like this whole like booming industry on YouTube for baby product reviews. It must be like everywhere.
Then you got to wonder, like, are they taking some money under the table?
Yeah, like, are they being paid for that? Little payback.
Favorable review, right? So it
Suspect.
also made me think I should start reviewing stuff.
I know.
I'll sell out to whoever wants to give me money.
You should totally do it. You should start to collect some of these items and then do reviews, post it on YouTube, turn on that AdSense or the advertising whatever thing, and get paid for that.
We will get paid for it, Will.
Boom. That'll be the next chapter of this
65,
podcast.
35.
I'll take the 25.
Oh, no.
Okay, moving on here. So we talked a little about where the baby sleeps. On that, one of the items that has helped my good friend, or I should actually say one of my family members.
So they're not a good friend. Yeah. They're just family.
Purely family.
Okay. Whoa.
Not a friend at all, which makes it sound even worse, but an amazing family member. But they were talking about Swaddles, which are, I guess, like little baby blankets, right? You kind of wrap them in a baby burrito.
It like simulates the womb or something like that. So babies like to be in a straitjacket.
Yeah, nice and snug, right? But he was saying that there's this particular thing where instead of a regular swaddle blanket where you kind of just have to wrap it, maybe use like a pin to kind of hold it together, he found that actually getting a Velcro lined swaddle was super helpful. Kind of keeps the baby wrapped. And for him, it was more, as a husband, it was more of a, because I think he, as with I'm sure a lot of husbands, have a bit of insecurity around making sure that the baby is safe and in a lot of different ways. And so when a baby is sleeping and he's sort of quote unquote on duty for the night or the watch guard, like he gets very conscious about making sure like the baby's not going to become unraveled in the swaddle blanket. So he's found that this Velcro version of the swaddle blanket is actually really helpful.
I got a hot take. Isn't that kind of like the clip-on tie of Swaddles? Yeah. Right? So. It's like you can learn how to tie a tie. You can do a clip-on tie. Velcro swaddle, I don't know. I mean, challenge yourself, right?
You think that's a cop-out?
I think...
use the Velcro?
Don't want to offend your friend and family member. No, I don't know. I'm sure I won't know how to do the swaddle at all. But sometimes ignorance is bliss because then your wife just does it all the time. But that probably doesn't work with parenting. I feel like husbands have to pull equal weight.
Yeah. Well, you know, I feel like with the Velcro thing, it's just... At some point, you just want to be very efficient with how you care for your baby.
But what if there's a scenario where like he's alone in the desert and there's a blanket and he needs to swaddle this child, but there's no Velcro to be found? What happens?
It's like a standard swaddle blanket and like one bobby pin.
Like I would be like terrified. Like that would be a nightmare that I would have.
I guess it could be a bit of a crutch or a handicap.
Okay.
So maybe the actual lesson here is you can get the Velcro, right?
Yeah.
Just because you know that's more convenient.
They're training wheels.
Yeah, before that, though, you're required to go through at least 2 weeks of standard swaddle blankets and safety pins.
Okay, that's pretty good.
You got to learn that first before you graduate.
My theory is Velcro for 2 weeks, and then afterwards, the Velcro goes away. You're on your own.
I would do the reverse.
Okay.
I would use the Velcro.
This is why we're not married, because we can't agree.
It would never work out.
Let's not fight on the air, Will.
Let's get in the car. Let's go for a 2-hour drive.
Oh, God, this is, just do not chain yourself to me.
Anyways, Swaddles. So also with this idea of sleeping, making sure the baby sleeps well, one of our friends mentioned the white noise sound machine. So I think a lot of people are familiar with this. I've definitely seen it around where when a baby's sleeping, it just kind of creates this ambient sound.
Who is this for? Is this for the parents or for the kid?
Well, they said he said that it was for the baby to help them sleep because where they live, it's like there's a lot of car traffic, a lot of sort of like outside noise that leaks into their apartment or home. So it's primarily for the baby, but he also said that it's for the mom and dad, like themselves as well. And I'm wondering, like maybe I should have gotten a little more detail out of him from this. Like I'm not sure in what way. Like, are they in the room with the baby so the mom, dad, and the baby
everyone
are leveraging
this? Everyone sleeps. Everyone.
Or is it more of the dad and mom sleeps better, knowing that the baby has this thing that is relaxing and soothing? Like it's more of a peace of mind thing for the mom and dad.
You know, we didn't have this on the list, but we should add alcohol to this list because that's great for the parents. I feel like
that's the all natural version.
I feel like that will help the parents sleep really well. So,
but then the parents might pass out and not wake up when the baby comes crying.
Well, what if you stay below like the legal limit to drive?
Just to relax.
Just have one.
Okay.
Have one beer
yeah.
each.
Little nightcap.
Well, apparently beer is good for lactating. I feel like we need to do a whole episode on this.
Ooh.
Dedicate a solid 30 minutes to this.
We need to get... I'm
ready to lactate, Will.
I wonder if there's an expert out there who is like a craft brewery man, but also a lactating specialist.
They should have a beer specifically like chemically formulated, all natural, all that kind of stuff for the baby. That's a good product. That is a really good product. Okay. Should we move on to the next one?
Let's do it.
Okay. So car seats. Okay, this is a big one. And apparently now you get a kid in the car.
It's a federal
gotta
requirement.
Put them in a car seat. Not how it was for our grandparents or whatever, but you know, this is the government cracking down.
Big brother.
Big brother trying to tell you how to transport your child.
So oppressive, overbearing. They're just trying to watch out for the safety of the kids.
Yeah. I like when I was in the Philippines, I appreciated the thing where we're like driving and then you're getting passed like by scooters, these narrow streets, and on the scooter there's like a guy holding a baby. It happened multiple times. It was fascinating, but it won't happen with their dictatorial prime minister or whatever his name is.
You mean they won't have?
They won't institute. They got a new leader, and he's ruling with an iron fist.
He's anti-car seats. Is that what I'm hearing?
No. He will make sure.
I see.
He will make sure that you do. You know.
I gotcha.
Yeah. So okay. That was an oddly political statement that I hope doesn't come back to bite me. With infant car seat. Okay. Oh, yeah. So this is a big thing is that, so it depends on what kind of car seat you get. Okay. Because first of all, they have to be like up to date. Mm-hmm. Like if a cop pulls you over, he'll check the date of the car seat to make sure that it's in compliance because these plastics deteriorate over time.
Right.
Apparently. But a big piece of advice that I got was that even though you can get a car seat that grows with your child, consider the infant car seat because you can take your baby out of the car with it very easily. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to like wake your baby up to take them out of the car seat. Because apparently like once you get that kid quiet, that's like gold gem stuff.
Oh yeah. You gotta maintain the sleep if the baby's knocked out.
So apparently people put a big price on that. So we're getting the infant car seat.
So and then you'll have to get another one once the baby kind of grows out of that one.
Yeah. Okay. But we'll hold on to it for our second child.
Or you can give it to us.
We'll give it in the meantime. But
then we'll give it back to you.
After the second child, I will give it to the first person. My plan after 2 children is just to quickly liquidate everything so that like it's just way too much work to get.
Flash sale.
Yeah, fire sale. Take it for free. So that's always a good strategy.
Fair enough.
Then there's like the change pad. This is the next one. I don't totally understand this, but I guess so. Some people have like changing tables, right?
Yeah.
And that's like another object. You know what's also a changing table? A table. Like any flat surface.
The floor.
The floor. That was my friend's piece of advice. He's like, the kids are so squirmy. You're going to worry that they're like, going to fall off the table or whatever. Yeah. Just put them on the ground, put a blanket down and change them.
That's all I've ever known. I've actually never seen or heard of anyone personally in my life that has used an actual table.
Well, you clearly didn't have an upper class upbringing or whatever.
I was unprivileged.
I was only changed on surfaces like 4 feet or above the ground.
Was it gold plated tabletop?
Exactly. No, it was gold plated, but then warmed.
Ooh,
yeah,
damn,
heated
Gabe.
to my body temperature.
Got the good life.
Not anymore. But yeah, so we're planning on changing our kid like on the ground. But I guess there are these pads that you also put on the ground that kind of like, I guess, corral them a little bit and soften it. I don't really get it. I probably should have done some research on this.
Well, here, I'm going to try and do a quick Google search.
Live on the air?
I just want to see what this thing looks like.
Okay.
I don't know what it looks like. Amazon changing pad.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom. We're going to load this up.
I would play some music. Okay.
All right. Yeah. So it has like, the sides are like somewhat contoured to your point. So it kind of holds the baby in place.
Yeah. Which immediately makes me think, can I use the Docatot as a changing pad?
There you go. If it has a little bit of coverage, well, you can just bootleg this yourself. Put up down a blanket or a towel.
Yeah.
Put some pillows on the side so it creates a little bit of this barrier. Mm-hmm. Then the baby's not going to go anywhere, right?
Yeah, screw the changing pad.
Granted, it's only like, I say only, I mean, it could be expensive, but $17 doesn't seem like a huge investment.
No, it does not. Not when you're buying $1,000 stroller.
So maybe the change bad, but maybe not. Maybe just some blankets and pillows.
Okay.
So here's something completely different. We're getting into the topic of lactation. Breasts, milk, yum yum. I don't know how else can we express it. But one of my friends said that it was really helpful that they went to go see a lactation consultant.
Little known fact, I moonlight as a lactation consultant.
Damn, Gabe.
Yeah.
Busy man. No wonder why you're so tired every morning when I come to do these recordings.
I'm fulfilled. I feel like it's a very important thing. But yeah, apparently this is definitely a thing.
Which I didn't know about. But
I think it's because, I mean, especially for new parents, they don't necessarily know how to get their child to latch. Mm-hmm. And depending on the situation down in that region, it could be harder for the child to latch.
Right.
I know my brother was saying, like, you know, it's like you don't aim at the nipple, you kind of like aim above the nipple or something like that.
Right.
There's like a whole philosophy.
And we should probably, for the super novices who know nothing about, we should probably explain what latching is.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna put
the
that on
birds
you.
and the bees. Latching, I think, is like it's getting your baby's mouth to secure onto the teat of the lady.
There you go. Of the mama.
Of the baby mama.
Yeah. So there's these consultants that you go to see them and they teach you all the methods, all these different ways you can optimize your breastfeeding your processes.
Is there like a bachelor's of lactation?
I don't know about that.
Do you go to Harvard for that?
You probably have to go to school. It's interesting because I'm on this one site and it says to find a lactation consultant, visit the website of the International Lactation Consultant Association. There's an official organization for this. So you must have to be like certified or somehow pre-screened. Diploma, something.
I'm a certified minister. I married you. That's another topic, but
should add this.
But like, I mean, maybe I should make it official. It might increase my business.
Just go all the way if you can do it. But yeah, so lactation consultant. Otherwise, I think because
I think ideally you want to avoid formula. Of course, formula is fine if you can't lactate enough, but if you can, I think the government basically says, and everyone seems to say, like, you can't beat breast milk.
Right. The all natural.
All natural. It's got all the ingredients, just like Mother Nature.
And if the mom's been drinking a little beer, that little extra.
I'm gonna read up on this. This is a thing. I hear it's a thing.
Yeah, this is a definitely a required follow up for us.
Okay, so I got the next topic, which is breast pump. So I didn't know anything about this, like, you know, a year ago. Yeah. But if you have there's a whole bunch of reasons, but especially say you have a working wife, a wife who works outside the home, who's going to go back to work. And this baby is going to need milk constantly. Like every 10 minutes, it's like, boom, I want some milk.
Right.
So you gotta pump this milk, and you gotta store this milk in like the freezer. Mm-hmm. And so in order to pump the milk, you buy a breast pump.
Right.
And apparently, like, there's like one brand, like Medela or something. It's like, that's like the brand that everyone has. And but it gets more complicated than that. Like, my sister-in-law was like, no, get the hands-free wireless pump.
Holy moly.
There's like a photo of it, of like a woman like having fun talking on the cell phone as she's got like both her breasts are pumping milk. But it makes sense. Because you don't want to be stuck in a seat having to hold these things.
That's true. And from my understanding, it actually takes quite a bit of time to pump the milk out. It's not like 5 minutes. You're actually there for 30 minutes, maybe a little longer.
Wow, that's a long time.
It is.
Even 5 minutes is a long time.
Yeah, but it's a process, and it takes a while for the milk to kind of come out and fill each of the bottles. So
yeah,
damn, we're so lucky to be men, man.
I think so.
I think so. What do you mean? I think so.
I think so. Well, I mean,
so we salute.
There are some benefits to being a woman. Well, we should do a podcast on that.
Yeah, that's a separate one.
Okay,
but we salute all the moms out there who are breastfeeding.
We do.
Pumping.
It is a lot of work. It gets,
I mean,
like you start to feel like a cow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
well, let me ask you this question. If you had the ability to feed your baby, like if you can breastfeed yourself, would you do it?
I worry about nipple disfiguration. There's like, you hear about this, right? I mean, the baby's like chomping down and they get like, so your nipples get like raw and sore
tender and all that,
tender. And then like once they start teething, then like, I mean, you got bloody nipples and stuff. It's like running a marathon. So I don't know. I mean, I guess if I could, I would have to be like, yes, I will do 50%.
50-50.
Well, I don't know if I would be like, you know what, honey, we can both lactate, but I am going to do 100%. Let's be honest. I don't think I'm that generous. I don't know.
Oh, I think that's the right answer. If in fact men could breastfeed.
Okay, one more topic on the breast front.
Yes.
Nursing bra. So this is all about having easy access to the nipple. You know, you want to be able to just kind of like pull the front of the bra down, easily unlatch, and then just put it in the baby. So
easy
traditional
access.
Bras to not convenient enough.
Yeah. Again, I've never seen this nursing bra situation.
Oh, well, I
is
assure
it like a hidden door? You just
it's like a trap door. Boom. It's like,
oh, I love that.
It's kind of like Janet Jackson, like in the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This could also be like a sexy toy. Like,
well, my thought was why don't women wear this normally? Like, why do you have to wait for easy access for having a baby? But that's a whole other topic.
Kind of spice it up in the bedroom.
Yeah, something like that. Okay.
All right. Last one.
We almost got through it.
All right. So last one here. Now, when I first heard this, like my initial reaction was, oh, like obviously, duh. But then like you think about it, it settles in. It's kind of like a profound statement. Okay. So one of my friends, when I asked him, what's like one of the things that's like really helped you and your wife or the mom, like get comfortable with the baby, like be prepared. And he said the internet.
He didn't say alcohol.
He didn't say alcohol. Internet. I mean, there's probably some alcohol flowing there too, but he said the internet.
Internet. I like it.
And I was like, well, yeah, well, obviously, right? But it's actually not that obvious because you and I were talking just before this, like how our grandparents, maybe even our parents, didn't have access to the internet. So if the baby's going through some difficult times or if you don't know what to do, it's not as if our parents could go on demand and just Google, how do I fix this or what's going on with my baby.
Yeah, you know what they had to do? They had to talk to their family.
Yeah,
they had to rely on their family.
The phone.
They had to interact with their family.
That's a lot of effort.
So I love it. Instead of saying that like the big advice is family, it's internet.
Yeah.
The internet has the answers.
But
which I agree with. I agree.
I think it's a good thing. And he also did make a good point, which is you can start to go down the path of like researching and finding these solutions online through the internet. But it can also be a double-edged sword in that you can find some very like negative things or negative information about, especially if like there's some health concerns with the baby, right? And so in his mind, it's like you have to be very careful and responsible with how you want to use the internet to care for your baby, which I think it's actually a very interesting thought.
That's very true. At least probably like find like 4 different sources.
You got to vet a couple times.
Yeah, soak in those differences.
Yeah, but the internet, who knew?
Okay, I'm going to add family because I'm feeling guilty. So your family, they're a great resource too.
They are a great resource.
Yeah.
Especially the ones who've actually gone through the birthing and parenting experience.
That's true. But I would say everyone basically says, they're like, you have no idea what it would like what it's like to have a kid. You cannot prepare for it. You have no idea. There's no possible way to prepare for it.
Right.
Which just makes me like embrace the laziness. I guess I can't do anything, but
you just kind of accepted it for what it is.
Accept it.
Roll with the punches. Cool. Well, I think that's all we got for today. I mean, again, this is by no means a comprehensive list. Obviously, there's probably hundreds, if not thousands of things.
It's not comprehensive. It's not reliable. It's not trustworthy. It's not frugal.
But it's information that at least the little bit we were able to source, we'd share with our listeners.
These are words for you to listen to.
Exactly. So If you have any other thoughts or questions on this, let us know. Otherwise, I think we're going to close this baby out.
Yeah, we do the usual thing where we ask you to subscribe to us, but you're probably already subscribed. So rate us on iTunes. That would be a huge hit. And tell a friend, tell a neighbor. Maybe try a new form of communication. Maybe go to your address book and click select all, and then write an email to everyone you've ever put in your address book telling them about the podcast and the urgency that they have to subscribe to us.
That would be the best thing they can do for us.
Yes. That's all they could do, really.
Yeah, that's the only thing they should be doing.
Yeah.
Listen and then get other people to listen to us. One quick note, update. We've hit over 1,000 downloads of the podcast show.
Woo!
Pretty excited about that. So we're going to keep that going and hopefully get to 2,000 in less time than it took us to get to 1,000. Isn't that how this kind of works usually?
Yes, it's like a bell curve, hopefully up.
Yeah, the first 100 is really, the first 10 is hard to get. And then the next 100 is a little bit easier. The next 1,000 is every double time, everything, it gets a little bit easier each time. Supposedly. We'll see if that's actually true or not.
People tell you that hard work pays off, and I'm hoping that's the truth.
Yes.
A little doubtful, though. On that note, until next time, peace out, husbands.
Peace out. And wives.
Goodbye, wives.
And use your turn signals.
Whoa. Was that specific to the wives?
No.
That's for everyone.
When you're driving, use your turn signals.
Everyone use your turn signals.
All right. Thank you.
Peace.
Peace.